last year, things went pretty crazy for Cardano. We essentially had, a parabolic phase for NFT projects. It was, any 10K project that maybe had a picture of a monkey, they would sell out pretty quickly. But, in December, things kind of slowed down, and they're still slowing down. Maybe it's going to pick back up with Snoop Dogg a little bit. But where do you think the CNFT space is going? Do you think that evolution is needed to keep people interested?
Yes, I 100% think that evolution is needed. It didn't slow down as much as people think. Like I have the numbers for NFT Maker, of course, and actually, we minted a lot more in February this year than we did in December or in November or something like that.
Really, even in November?
Yeah, even more than November. So February was actually our most successful month ever. We minted, I think, 100. I think even almost 200,000 NFTs or so. And then actually, March was also pretty good, and January was pretty good. So it was like a steady rise up. I think December was actually the worst, or like it went down in December again after October. October was really good, but never mind that. Yeah, evolution is needed. Evolution is super, super much needed. Like we cannot have only 10K profile picture drops. The majority of people are not interested in that. At the moment, a lot of people buy those because they want to speculate on them, and that's cool, or because they want to be a part of a community, which is also really cool. But to get NFTs to the mainstream, we need to have like these alternative use cases. In the end, NFTs are simply tokens. That's it. They're just non-fungible tokens, and they're infrastructure, and they're like technology, underlying technology that can be used for anything. You could build a decentralized Spotify using NFTs, and ideally you don't even know that you're using NFTs because it just happens in the background, and you trade and sell NFTs automatically. And that's where we need to go. We need to experiment with these like alternative use cases. We need to use NFTs as authenticity certificates for real life products. And I've been trying really hard to push this, but sometimes it feels like the community is not ready yet. Or maybe just the killer application is still missing. I'm not sure. But we are moving towards that slowly but surely. But definitely, like we need innovation.
Yeah, I agree completely. And one thing that really changed my mind about where NFTs are going is I actually run a scooper for Sunday Swap. We help decentralize the DEX, and the way that we're allowed to actually do scoops and process swaps is an NFT. We actually have an NFT license that gives our wallet the ability to do the swaps, right? So
that's amazing. I didn't know, actually. That's really cool.
Yeah, it is really cool, and it just kind of made me realize that it's verification, it's authenticity. This person is who they are. You know what I mean? And I'm really excited for the future of NFTs and the direction that everything's going. And I think the use cases that we're going to see 2 years from now or 3 years from now, we can't even think of yet. Seriously. One thing that I think is going to be a pretty big merge is video games. I think that the next logical step for NFTs in my mind is video games, and it's really just decentralizing who has the value. It's still centralized in the sense that the person is making the game, and they're making the products, and they're making the NFTs. But what's so nice is when you buy a loot box right now, you can't sell it, you can't trade it, you can't really, unless you're using Steam. You can on Steam, but that's still centralized, but they charge a huge fee for it. But I really see a merge of crypto and gaming coming soon, and I also really like it. I think it's going to introduce a lot of people to cryptocurrency because Axie Infinity, for example, they actually have a DEX. They have these traditional cryptocurrency financial products, but built into a video game. So to me, I almost think like the next wave that's coming is all of these gaming people being introduced to the financial applications of the future just from playing a game. What do you think of gaming and NFTs and the future?
Yeah, I think gaming is definitely one of the ways we can get into the mainstream. I've been a huge gamer my whole life, actually. I I have like 10,000 hours or more in StarCraft 2. That's like my game of choice. And I've been very excited about NFTs getting into gaming, but I've also been very skeptical of many of these projects, because what happens right now is the companies basically introduce NFTs in the wrong way. They're just randomly dropping NFTs on gamers and saying them, okay, here you have another option to spend money on our game and buy these NFTs. And the NFTs often don't really have the utility that we imagine as NFT fans, as crypto people. And because of that, the gaming industry, or not the industry, but the gaming community, has been very negative towards crypto and NFTs in general. So we need to be a little bit more careful, and we need to really introduce use cases for some of these games where NFTs make total sense. And there are some, like you just mentioned, but there are also some others, like, for example, NFTs as a certificate of ownership. Like, when you hold this NFT, you are the rightful person who is able to play this game and stuff like that. You can decentralize all of that, and you can get rid of centralized platforms who do that right now, like Steam or Epic Games. All these different platforms, like they're just a big mess. And if you can get rid of them and have like a decentralized one where you verify that you own the game by just holding the NFT, and then you can resell the NFT on the secondary market, that's a big game changer. That solves a lot of problems for many people. So yeah, that's what we need to do. And once we get there, we will have like a huge influx of new people excited for crypto. But at the moment, we're still so early, and all the big companies are either too scared to do anything with NFTs because of the community backlash, rightfully so, honestly, or they're introducing it in the wrong way, which I've been very disappointed by. But we'll see. I think we're getting there.
Yeah, me as well. You actually mentioned a great use case there. A lot of the new video games coming out, they're so worried about torrents and people not paying for the game, that they'll actually put in software that makes your entire computer slower for you to even be able to play the game. And often there's like tracking software in there as well. And
Yep.
imagine a world where when you purchase the game, you just get an NFT and you connect your wallet to play the game. So then you don't have software that's maliciously tracking every piece of data in and out of your computer, and slowing your computer down. And I really see there is a future there with NFTs, and hopefully the bad taste that's in gamers' mouth doesn't grow bigger and doesn't really ruin the merge that could eventually happen. And when you buy a skin on Fortnite and you pay $20 for it, I mean, how nice would it be to be able to sell it, even if you could sell it for $10, but
Yep.
it's a lot harder for the creators to kind of think of the economy, because oftentimes it's every game that comes out, there's an exploit that allows you to print money, so it's really tricky.
Yeah, that's the big problem, right? But also, just in general, why do video game stores hate the secondary market for games so much? I mean, there are websites like G2A and stuff where you can buy just video games that were made at some point and not sold, and you get them for a cheaper price, but publishers hate them. So you have to give publishers the ability to participate on the secondary market. Then they won't hate it anymore. Like, if publishers receive 10% royalties, or even 50% royalties of the secondary market, then it's better for the users because they can resell the games, and it's also good for the publishers. So that's what we kind of need to do, and then everyone is happy, and we won't have the big problem with torrents anymore, or with Steam, or with all these different platforms competing with each other. So yeah, that's kind of where I see it going long term.
Me as well.